Hello everyone, I hope you're having an excellent Monday. This is the second kind of tip and trick that I'm going to be doing today, just because I thought it's a little bit lesser known one, but still highly effective. One of our most popular funnel templates and one of the most effective ones for creating much more engaging membership content is our login abandonment funnel. And essentially what it does is it will send out reminder emails to anyone who is a member of your website that does not log in for a certain period of time. So if someone logs in for the first time and then doesn't reappear for 7 days, we get to shoot that person an email and let them know that we missed them and that there's new content and we want them to come back and re-log in. So one of the inherent, not necessarily a problem, but one of the inherent barriers to entry for your members who receive this email is the fact that they may not know what their password is, they don't remember what their user login information is, so they have to go through the whole password reset process. And it can just make the actual act of logging in, if it's been a while since they logged in, a little bit more complicated than it necessarily needs to be. And that will inevitably end up in them abandoning the process altogether. So a couple patches from Groundhogg ago, we actually slipped in a new feature that you might find really useful. So in our emails, our abandoned emails that go out 7, 14, 30 days after they originally log in for the first time, we can actually use a brand new replacement code that will, in essence, make this process a lot easier. And that is our brand new auto login link. So this is a brand new replacement code which will create a one-time use login link for a user record that is associated with the contact that this email is being sent to. That is a very long-winded way of saying if someone clicks this link, they're going to be automatically logged into their account on the website. It's a totally secure process with one-time use tokens, so only anybody with the link will be able to use it to actually log into the site, and these links can only be sent to people in emails, so they're not just being passed around or anything. And they're only good for one use, so they can only be used once. So once you use the one link, you can't reuse it over and over and over again. It's just the one. So we can go ahead and we can copy that link, and we can go ahead and we can put it in our login button. So there we go. So now that when this email goes out, it will send them the login link, which will automatically expire in 24 hours if it's not used. And then they'll be able to log into the site without having to go to the login page, without having to go through the password reset request process, without having to do any of kind of like the heavy lifting stuff for actually logging into a website. You can also take the additional step of if you want them to go to a specific spot in your website. So let's say you want them to go to a specific page. You can actually put a period there, which is the delimiter for replacement codes, and you can add additional context like my specific link. So once they're logged in, they'll actually be redirected to the page that you want them to go to. And that is how you can use auto login links to make your login abandonment process, or really any process that involves asking user to log into your website, a whole lot easier. You could also use this in tandem with the create user bench, or the create user action rather. So if you wanted to create a user and then send that person their login details, you could skip sending them the login details altogether and just send them their one-time use login link to just get them into the website that much easier. So hopefully that helps. You can find the replacement code for the auto login link in any replacement codes activated modal, which is usually just this button with the little person on it. Go ahead and click that, and then you can find the auto login link right near the bottom. If you were watching the stream and you have questions, you are welcome to post in the chat. I actually have a couple questions from Yash, and Yash is asking, is there a way to debug email verification funnel that I have set up? Absolutely. So if you're having trouble going through the email verification process on your site, there's usually a couple of reasons for that. there is an article on how to test your funnel that we wrote. And I would recommend just going through this process, Yash, making sure that you follow all the steps, testing in incognito windows, doing instant event processing, just so everything runs a little bit faster, disabling logged in user tracking precedents. There's just lots of ways in order to make sure that you're testing your funnel the right way while you're logged in. Actually, it's just better to test your funnel while not being logged in is usually the way that I would suggest going about it, or at least just using an incognito window. Hopefully that answers your question, Yash. Doesn't look like there's any other questions. So that was my tip, my second tip for the day. I hope everybody's having a productive Monday. And also for anyone who watching this who does not yet have a premium plan, for the first time really ever, I am doing a ton of sales calls, pre-sales calls, answering people's questions, giving people advice this week. And I've just basically cleared my calendar of all other obligations. So if anyone's interested in booking some time with me, either one-on-one or one-on-many, you are welcome to. And let me just pull up the link here and I'll post it in the chat. So it's a Calendly booking link. I'll go ahead and I'll post that in the chat for anybody who's curious or interested in booking some time with me. I'd love to speak with you, and especially if you have any questions before you make a buying purchase to implement Groundhogg for your website, my calendar is totally clear this weekend, and I hope that I'll be able to speak to you in the near future. All right, I hope everybody has a lovely evening, and I will see hopefully all of you next, or actually not next week because it's Monday. So tomorrow, which is office hours, it'll be a 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time office hours, so an early office hours period. We'll have the whole hour for you to ask questions and get help and all of that good stuff. So I'll see everybody tomorrow.